Hi. So, what's happening today? Well, today in class, I focused on getting my students to work on geometrical construction, where they actually have to make use of protractor and compass to draw various shapes, such as triangles and parallelogram and quadrilaterals and so on and so forth. So, yeah, I mean, I was expecting them to actually finish what I prepared for them in an hour. So, but I realized many of them couldn't complete on time. I guess maybe because the it's not a very easy topic to actually internalize, to be fair, because although they did some work with compass and protractor last year, it's quite a long time ago. So it takes a while to be familiarized with the idea of protractor and compass. And I think sometimes when it comes to physical skills like this, where students actually follow what the teacher demonstrate, uh, is the depth of understanding what's actually happening is not there. So they know how to use the compass, they know how to use the protractor. That's the basic things that we teach them. But why do we use compass and why do we use protractor in the first place, right? So that is the thing that many people may not really consider. So today I was just sharing with them some very basic rules when it comes to geometrical construction. That is, if you are given an angle, naturally we use protractor, right, to measure it out, and then we draw a very long line. The thing about compass is that because we are drawing an arc, so when you draw an arc, sometimes people cannot associate with the idea that when you're drawing an arc, but what we are actually doing is we are trying to fix a length. So it's actually a length that we are trying to identify and to create. That's why we draw an arc. So we draw an arc for the sake of creating that straight line. So there's a bit of disconnect there when you think about it that way. But I think after getting used to it, getting the hang of it, most students should be able to do this. But what it really requires is actually patience, because I do remember when I was younger, when I was in secondary school myself, I didn't really enjoy doing this. But I learned it because I have a desire to do well in mathematics. In fact, I have very high expectation of myself in terms of mathematics. Mainly because I'm not really good in any other subject. But yeah, because of that expectation I lay on myself, I force myself to really practice and to get the skills right. But at the same time, when I was doing questions with constructions and drawing graphs on graph paper, I do find myself feeling quite impatient. I think that could be an issue of a younger person, probably, right? You find a waste of time. Sometimes you just want to do it fast, want to clear it, you want to achieve more when you're young. So when I was a teenager myself, I didn't really enjoy drawing graph and didn't really enjoy doing geometrical construction. But over the years, I learned to really appreciate it so much. In fact, when I was doing graphs, sometimes I will joke with my students that I enjoy drawing graph on graph paper, even though today's with technology, we can quite easily reproduce graphs using technology, right? On the computer screen, we could actually draw very beautiful graph. But I still like to do it by hand once in a while. And I do find it very therapeutic. It calms my mind. It makes me really appreciate the beauty of functions and the equations. Is beautiful. My students may be thinking this is a weird person. Some of you lah. I do know that some of you can feel me, right? So I guess to really because the one of the key thing is when we are doing all this graph, we know the steps. We all know, right? What's important is not to be patient, to label everything properly. When we want to mark out a position on the graph paper, we do it with meticulous detail, and we try to do it once nicely. So that kind of temperament is something that takes a while to cultivate. But I do appreciate that doing this graph and this drawing cultivate that, and 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 really appreciate that it calms me down as a person as well. It makes me not rush. It makes me want to be to look things carefully as I proceed, right? So I guess at the end of the day, if you really want to enjoy drawing geometrical shapes, you want to enjoy plotting graph by hand, which is in the syllabus for most of you, so you have to learn that. Then I guess it'll be wise to, from a young age, really cultivate the virtue of patience, to be patient, because sometimes you know exactly how the diagram will look like, just that it takes some time to draw it out, you see. But when you try to rush it, you make mistake. So yeah, be patient and do it properly, and really enjoy the moment, because there will be sufficient time, don't worry. There's always sufficient time to complete all your diagram if you know your stuff, right? And you're well prepared for all the assessment that you need to go through. So all the best. Have a nice day.